Hello, Cancer. Thank you for joining me for your general read. For the main read, I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot by Paul Foster Case and Arthur Edward Waite. My broken box. And for the support cards, the Angel Answer cards, Angel Answer Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. Okay, we're all set. Yes. I want to pull from the bottom here. I don't know why, but we'll find out. Getting a lot of yes feeling, a lot of yeses coming through. What is happening? Oh, yeah. Now, the way these cards are going down, it makes me feel like your life is a little chaotic right now. Well, in this time frame, when this comes, it seems to start well. Let's start with how you're going into it. You got the Chariot going in here. Going in. Strong, ready to go, boom, boom, boom. Getting right in there, for good or for bad, better or for worse. Getting right into it. Okay, so that seems good enough. I feel like that is probably what's setting off all the rest of this. And while it's not really the overall energy, it does seem to be the catalyst for what's causing the rest of this, which isn't bad, but I feel like you might be over-energetic, a little over-ambitious. And I'm only warning about that because you have the Ten of Cups, and then you have the Seven of Rods, but they're coming in like this, which means they're kind of hectic. I feel like it's the Fast and Furious going on here, like going crazy. Now, there is advice for this. If you want this to go a little easier, what makes these cards go straight up and down, in other words, the Ten of Cups having a great time, enjoying social times, and the Seven of Rods successfully getting through things, even though it might be with a little stress, but successfully completing or doing whatever you need to do, the advice is to wait, to slow down, which ironically, when the Chariot comes in, that's usually not an option. When this Wait card pops up for you, especially when it's challenged by the Chariot card, Chariot energy is going to happen. That is going to happen, but you can do something else. Redirecting your energy can make this easier on you. Let's keep going to see what's going on. Because that's my thought. Like the Chariot energy, the Chariot will not be denied. You're going for it. The question is, what are you going for? Because I feel like some of you might be confronting someone, and instead of using the energy to confront someone, you might be able to do something else. Instead of confronting someone, just changing the situation or getting involved in something else, because the Chariot energy is there for you. And you're going to get out there and do something, but instead of confronting someone, you can use that energy in a different way. The Chariot is there though, so you're going to be doing something. Something's going to happen. But I feel like if you make it more of like I'm seeing kayaking or fixing something around the house or doing something for yourself, some of you getting out there and like enjoying the day with family, like just making it about that, and you avoid the confrontation, you get the Ten of Cups right up. If you do the confrontation, it's kind of like this, which it's still kind of, you're having good times, you're still happy, but it's kind of tainted because there's an underlying current of discord going on there. I do know that either way you handle that, if this is hitting for you, of course, in the environment, people around you, if you confront this person, they're leaving it up to you to figure it out. I feel like people are trying to not be involved with it. If you're doing the other thing and you're not confronting, people are aware that you're unhappy, but they're kind of trusting that, you know, it's going to be like water under the bridge type situation. either way, I feel like whoever is around you, whoever it is that's annoying you, let's put it that way, the people connected with that are A, either not getting involved, or B, expecting it to work out on its own. I feel like they're almost viewing it as it's like you and whoever are having a disagreement. It's not a bigger deal than that. It's just best to be left that way, and they're trying to stay out of it. Okay. If you avoid that confrontation, you get the Sun card for your overall energy. It's going to be a great time. You're going to be very busy, but you're going to be enjoying yourself too, I think. I feel like you are going to be extremely busy, to be honest with you. But I do feel like you're happy. Like there's success with that card, the Seven of Rods. There's definitely success. I feel like it's enjoying, especially coming on the tail of the Ten of Cups. Right below that, right below the Seven of Rods, you do have the King of Pentacles, which earth and water tend to go well together. That being said, I feel like whatever it is that's annoying you is kind of persisting. Confronting it or not, it's still persisting. I do feel, though, if you kind of avoid the confrontation, life is better for you and the people around you as well. If you confront this person, it's gonna like taint the whole situation. It's gonna cause a lot of discord. It's gonna be like, I feel like there's gonna be like broken engagements in this sense of like parties, and you might not get invited. They might like. I feel like people are getting a little nose out of joint about the whole thing. It's not only uncomfortable for you, but for other people as well. I feel like you might be avoided by certain people. Other people you might avoid. I feel like it becomes an issue. It's not the end all, but it's just like you can enjoy this time more by avoiding that confrontation, because I don't feel like that confrontation is really helping you. Like it's not changing anything. Like I feel like you might want to vent because you're just a little annoyed, excuse me. But it's just not changing the situation, and it's just making it more stressful for you. Now, not yet with those. We have two face down cards under the Sun card, which is your overall energy, so I'm curious what that is. This here at the end, what is going on here? Because even though I feel like if you avoid that confrontation in the beginning, things can be okay for you, I feel like the end here, we still have like this weird thing going on. The three cards that pop in are the Two of Pentacles, the, what is it, of something Pentacles there, Eight of Pentacles, and then the Reconsider card. The Two of Pentacles is the environment. Now, I'm getting kind of the idea that something comes your way, some information or something. Something is going on here. This is the situation all its own. It seems to be around you. I don't feel like you're making decisions, but you're seeing something, or somebody else's decision is kind of like is affecting you. Let's put it that way. But this is external from you. That's direct, but it's directly affecting you. So the decisions are external, but it's directly affecting you. And I feel like it's connected. No, it's something else. This is something else. So this isn't whatever the confrontation is. That's the first half. That's its own thing. This seems to be something else that seems to be taking your mind away from whatever's annoying you in the beginning. Whoever that person or whatever that situation is, this new thing at the end, this seems to trump it. Like, that's like a care of the past now. Something else is more important. Which is why another reason why you may feel in the beginning that it's better to confront so you can take care of it. But something else happens along the way that it just throws it out the door, and it's just not even worth talking or thinking about. So that's a big reason why the confrontation isn't going to serve you, because when something else comes in and trumps it in the future, whatever you did to confront it, it's just going to be effort. It's just not going to be worth it. It's just not going to have any type of dividend, if you want, any type of benefit to you, profit, whatever you want to put. That being said, whatever the situation is, I feel like at first you think it's great. You have opportunity. You think it's great. Seems to be more in your thoughts, though. You think at first this is great. But whatever that is, it turns out that you're not a part of it. Now, one of the reasons you're not a part of it is because something is getting ready to start, but then it doesn't start. Somebody's going to do something, something's going to happen, but then it falls flat, something. Now, this is really strange to me because it seems to be this is really something that takes all of your interest. I'm kind of feeling like a lot of you, this is work-related, where there's a business thing or a business trip or something that comes out of nowhere, and it looks like you're going to do it, and you're excited about it, but then as soon as it's like 2 to 3 days later, they're like, oh, never mind, we changed our mind, and they drop it. And this situation, I feel like the way your emotions got into it really quick, this throws you into a tailspin. I feel like you're upset because you're just, it's like somebody put like the carrot in front of you and then snatched it away. This takes up a lot of your thoughts because it bothers you, because you're like, why did you put this in front of me just to snatch it out from me? Which, this seems to become a great source of aggravation, and it pulls your attention from whatever that was in the beginning. I feel like this is the whole point. This is why the confrontation isn't going to go to your benefit, because you're just going to be very centered on something else. Because I feel like wherever this got pulled back, you're going to be into figuring out why that got pulled back. And this takes over your whole concentration, the majority of your efforts. Let's see what's under the Sun card, because... Alright, so what's under them face down are the Empress and the Knight of Rods. So the Sun card, with those two cards but face down, that feels like there's things around you happening. So the Empress, that's a loving person. I feel like that may be somebody who is very caring and maybe misunderstood to you because they're not really doing what you want. They're doing things for other people. And the Knight of Rods, I feel like they're giving attention to this other person, and you're not really understanding that that's what's happening. So there's someone around you doing something, taking care of someone else, and you're not aware of what's really happening. I feel like this is connected to the confrontation. Somebody's taking care of somebody else, and they're acting peculiar, or they're acting a way that you don't think is right, but you don't realize what they're really doing. And that's one more reason why it's better for you to not be involved with that. I feel like that's all from the beginning part. This is like, I feel like this is also explaining this person you want to confront, because something isn't right, and you think something isn't right. But they're not it's like, I don't know if it's like I don't know exactly why. I mean, it's a general read, but like there's a secretive element to it. Like they don't want people to know they're helping someone, or the other person might be embarrassed. Somebody's getting helped. And it might be actually the Empress that's getting helped. In some cases, the Empress is going through a breakup, and people don't know that. The Empress has some things going on. That's the short answer. That she's not telling people about. And it has to deal with another person. Another person that's very active, and she's either taking care of that person or that person is leaving her life, and it's very upsetting for her. Even if she's taking care of that person, she's concerned and wants to keep it on the down low. She doesn't want other people involved. So that's what's going on with the Empress, because I feel like it's the Empress, for most of you, that you're having the problem with. Of course, don't get caught up in the gender of the card. This The Empress energy is someone who cares a lot and takes care of others usually. Can be a bit insightful. Can be a bit clairvoyant sometimes. So it may be a worry they have about somebody, so they're doing things behind the scenes and they're not talking about it. You don't know what's going on with the Empress. Whatever the energy is, it could be a male, don't forget, because it is a general read. But that's a person who's taking care, and they're very much looking out or dealing with someone else. That person definitely could be leaving, but there's someone else affecting them. And they're acting peculiar, and you're aware of it, and you want to confront them because of that. I don't feel like they're not going to tell you what's happening, which is another reason you should not confront them, because they've decided that it's just very personal. They're going to keep it to themselves. Not everybody needs to know. And I feel like they don't think you would be overly impressed with it anyway, so they're keeping it to themselves. It's what you don't know is why you don't want to charge in, because it'll cause more discord. People around seem to know something is up or something isn't right. There might be a few people who know what's actually happening, but they're not spilling the beans about it. They're keeping it to themselves out of respect for the Empress. But that's another reason why nobody else is getting involved. And you might find it might be a telltale, or what do you call it, a face tell, whatever you want to say, when you start talking about the situation and people seem to clam up or don't react because they might know something that they're not going to tell you and they were asked not to talk about. That might be a good sign that you need to just back off and let it be. Alright, so I feel like the whole thing is about the Empress, and that not confronting that person would serve you most, especially when whatever happens here at the end, it takes your attention right away from it. And if you confront the Empress, you're not going to get any farther. It's going to make things more uncomfortable, and then you're just going to walk away from it and change direction at the end anyway. So it's just like making your life a pain in the butt, just making life more stressful for you for no reason. Okay. Now this situation at the end here, it's almost like its own reading, because I feel like something was going to go your way and then it was snatched back from you and you have to find out why. I feel like the reason is people were considering options. Whatever was going on here, there was options being weighed out. Somebody moved too quickly and said that they were going to give it to you, and then they went a different direction. I don't feel like it's anything that went to your detriment, but it shouldn't have been offered to you before. Like, whoever offered it to you, or however that offer came through, it was premature, and it just didn't land. And then they just went a different direction. I don't feel like it's against you, but it feels like it was, because I feel like you wanted to do it and you were excited about it, and it's very upsetting that it was pulled back from you. And you're just like, why did you pull it back? Like, what did I do? And in truth, you didn't do anything. It's just the person who gave you that information. They shouldn't have done that, because everything wasn't sorted out yet. So, all right. So I feel like you're upset about it though. So I kind of feel for that. But basically, that person spoke before they should have. That's the reason. And this is like I said, a whole reading on its own. It's like it throws you right off, and you forget about what's going on with the Empress, because you're kind of upset and trying to figure out, like, why did that happen? That's what I'm getting. The person who gave you the go ahead really shouldn't have. They didn't have all their ducks in a row. They thought something was going your way, and it turns out it really wasn't. They really shouldn't have said what they said. They shouldn't have offered, because I feel in some situations, like a manager or somebody might be offering something and then realizes afterwards that people above them went a different way, and then they have to, like, pretty much take it back and eat crow because of it. Then they have to try to explain to you that nothing went against you. It's just that you were in consideration for this situation. I almost feel like they might have thought if they offered it to you that the people above them would have been forced to go along with it, but it just didn't go that way. So I feel like somebody's on your side. They just moved ahead faster than they should have, and it's an unfortunate thing, but nothing is going against you. It just looks like it because of the way things happen. Okay. With that being said, I'm going to wrap up Cancer. So thank you very much for watching. Of course, if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com, james4astral@gmail.com. Thank you.